this is exactly the news. Should thy neighbor firearms smuggled from war in Ukraine trigger wave of gun violence in Russia? It's exactly how it sounds. While thousands of Russian troops lost or had stolen from them in the war zones of the North Caucasus. Oh my god! Yet to be found, a new flow of weapons is already pouring into Russia from Ukraine. Number of crimes involving firearms and ammunition in Russia has increased by 30% since April 2022. It's like a year increase. But I'm pretty sure this is not like correct statistics, because I've seen the statistics. Or maybe it was like in some particular regions, the statistics was as high as like 300% increase, or something like maybe even more percentage increase of gun violence, and or maybe it was like just in general sort of killings, maybe like knives. Don't remember really this little specific details, but once again the article is in English, so so definitely recommend sort of reading a little bit about it. And it's only the beginning, obviously, because well, the war is ongoing, and the amount of people who will be returning from the war, who will be returning to Russia, and they will be absolutely not needed there. The amount of people who will return, again, with some experience of some war experience, basically, with some guns, with basically PTSD and broken sort of psyche, probably wounded, and they will return to Russia. Obviously, I'm talking about right now. They will return to the country that never gave a single flying fuck about their own people, and especially not the people who sort of, in the eyes of like Russian sort of government and whatnot, sort of served their purpose. So now they're just like wasted material, and they're not gonna receive like prosthetics for freaking, I don't know, blown up legs or arms or whatever. And sort of the resentment of those people, of those infantrymen, whatever, like of those personnel who participated in the war on the Russian side, will grow. And like I'm saying, since they either directly have access to the guns, or they know somebody who has access to the guns, and because those who will be returning, if they will even return, right? Like, it's good for everybody if they just fucking die there in Ukraine, but if they will return, these are not the best people who will return. Just as a reminder, not only Wagner Group, Russian, it's not a private military company. It's a organized criminal group, crime group, right? What it is actually. Not only they were sort of conscripting people from fucking prisons, and they have done it. They were specifically searching for people who've done like murders, or like like basically like real tough crimes, right? Like not just steal some fucking, I don't know, some money here and there. And then later, not only that Wagner Group did this, but then later Ministry of Defense of Russia directly were doing the same thing. They even like they didn't even pretend anymore. They sort of banned Wagner Group from accessing, basically from accessing jails, and they were doing the same thing. They were enlisting people from prisons, again taking the most atrocious people, and sending them to war. And again, if some of them will survive, some of them will return back. Once again, these are not the best people. These are not the shining light of the nation or whatever. These are atrocious human beings who killed people before, who killed probably people, or at least tried to kill people in Ukraine, and now they're returning back to Russia. So this is just the beginning, basically. This is just the beginning, and the wave of crime in Russia will be no doubt higher than it was in the 90s. I'm pretty sure about that. It's just like it's not yet there, but we're already starting to see. It's like before sort of not before tsunami, but you can sort of start to see the waves on the ocean or on the seas, right? And like at first it's like smaller waves, but the storm is coming for 100%. And 32% year-to-year increase, even this 32%, that's already quite a lot. While all the prior years, it was decreases, basically, or most of the years anyway. It was decreases in violence, and specifically in like gun violence and whatnot. So yeah, just wanted to briefly talk about that. And once again, the article is long. The article is going into more sort of details about what particular sort of souvenirs they've brought from a lot of people brought from the wars and whatnot. And yeah. Anyway, link will be in the description. So if you want to take a bit of a read, please do. Okay.